the ecosystem, let's say, are you finding it stabilizing a bit this year? Pokerstars is my main site, so I kind of jump in on Twitch, right? And then you get lots of people, I'm sure you've had lots of people ask you as well, where it's like the extra rake back pulled in a lot of regs who went to battle, right? And I guess it's starting to stabilize again, where some of them are like, that was a move that maybe they didn't need to take, or they're not getting the volume, right? But I'm interested in whether you're finding it. Pelorus is 3-bet, 10 on 2. Okay, not actually terrible, but we'd like them to hit. Jack says, I'm not sure if it's stabilizing. Hope it is. For now, it looks that way. I'm personally happy with the changes. Challenges, although interesting in a way, led to many people burning out, etc. Me as dad, pretty hard times. The reg ratio seems better now, this is sure. Yeah, I think you're spot on. Long term, right? It just will hopefully create a kind of more sustainable environment, you know? It's funny because let's say they'd like drop reg back or something and we'd all be in uproar. And now reg backs come in and you've probably as well found a lot of guys are like, oh, they've ruined the games. It was like, whatever people aren't happy with whatever changes come in sometimes, you know, it's just a part of poker. We've been check raised, ladies and gentlemen. Check raised on this board with that hand. Could have checked this one back, to be honest, but we didn't because we thought we'd just get stacked by a 4 instead. 8 spades comes, not ideal. We now lose to 6-7 spades as well. Kind of bluff catching here. I'm not sure 2x is regularly betting this turn. Yeah, that's pretty bad, ladies and gentlemen. That's pretty bad. Hoping they check 8-5 of clubs on the river. That's not great either. Although it's not really offsuit 2x in that range, and 2x would be a bit weird. 3-5, 5-6, 5-7, 6-7. Or it's a 4. If that's the range, do they give up any of those combos? Probably not. All right. Pay the man. Flush. Yeah, another one of those where like never, ever a fold in theory. But in reality, it's a bit more like, we'll go for a raise with Queen 7. Quick call. I think I'll check this one. Betting is also fine. Maybe betting's better. Don't know. I don't. This is really close here. Difficult to lean on theory at all here because a theory plays so differently depending on pre-flop ranges, right? And if we have a raising strategy, mixed strategy, or for this opponent, how we want to weight them. So this is why blind is quite awkward because what you'll see in the solver, just plug in the solver. You go, oh, there you go. I made a good bet or a good check. Are very, very different from real game perspective. See a 1.5 bet, which is a particular size. I mean, now we saw him snap jam a turn when a dynamic card filled in. This is less dynamic. Chooses instead to go 3.7. So king of spades or nothing really from a value perspective. Maybe 10-7 suited. I think I'll call again. 6 of spades. Not the best river. Won't donk this hand though. Because I mean, we're trying to call because we thought we're good. So don't think it makes too much sense to call. They shove. Really. I mean, 9-8 gets there for sure. Jack 9, Jack 8, 7 of spades. What a weird play. King 5 of spades maybe. 10-7. Yeah, I mean, it was kind of the hand that made sense. We did mention that a couple of times, that hand. I don't know. The 1.5 and then the half pot on the turn. The value range is really narrow. It does feel like a spot where if you have started bluffing, it's quite hard to give up. But I could be wrong there. Having said that, the price is so good, right? I mean, and I think the 7 of spades blocks value for sure. We unblock bluffs, that's true. So that's good properties for a hand. If we bet and flop maybe could have helped. I don't know. Really close spot. It's a really interesting one. We're doing a lot of small blind versus big blind sessions for the rest of the month. So that'll be a hand to, we'll get plenty of education, let's say. But I'm fairly content with the play, to be honest. Would have been Jack 6 suited. Just be check jamming here, I think. Obviously, sometimes you get bet into by pocket 9s or whatever, but we're just jamming. Like, if he's got his beat, that's fine. If he's got ace jack, that's great. He min raised from 15, although we are short, so it might be a bit more value centric, but it's definitely a mistake to overfold these spots, and I think it'd be a mistake to add 1-to-1 SPR to anything but check jam, the jack 6. Can you get call base king? It's certainly reasonable. There you go. Tom's my coach. Life is so good. He's very polite, Scan. I will send you the money for that compliment later. Thank you for agreeing to write that on Twitch. 2 pair flopping. Okay. Gonna lead out. Little Doyle Brunson super system. Let him raise a Queen X. They're probably not going to fold a gut shot. We have a little block bet here. Now it's got weird because they snap folded and I was like in 0.1 seconds. So we had the check fold button. Really interesting spot because like neither of us, we have really definable ranges because of this aspect. So if I pot here, for example, just looks dodge, doesn't it? I'm going to go for a pot though. Okay, with a quick call, the Queen Ace is going to jam regardless if we go small here. So I'm going to go for a bit of an exploitative bet, half pot. The idea being I can maybe represent a 10-8, something like that, and just make sure we're 9x calls. Wow, they called with a 6. Oof. You were not a believer. We're going to start with a limp with Jack 7 off. See what Fig wants to do. Start with a check here. Got a gut shot, got a backdoor diamond. Certainly not folding. Check raising, not really, just check calling. Turn a diamond, and now a double gut shot. So really good cut turn for our hand, potentially. You could just have, of course, queen through diamonds and we're drawing dead. But certainly a combo that we now can probably check call. Check shoving is a viable option too. Depends on a little bit on what he's doing. Goes to 3 bet and then we re-pip in, that's for sure. Do we check jam or do we check call? I think both have merits. I'm going to check call again. We hit a jack. We are kind of in bluff catch mode. Do we want to donk this? No. Definitely think about donking, but I think it's just not enough of a board changer. And now I think we just have to call, unfortunately. It's really close, but our hand is just way too strong. We have so many call folds. If we fold this, it would be terrible. So we just got to call. We are bluff catching. It is scary, but we just got to take it. We do block stuff as well, so... Yeah, GG. I think folding there would be a massive mistake from a theory point, like ridiculous mistake from a theory point of view, given how many natural cuckoo folds we have. Not a thrilling spot to be in, of course, but yeah. 34 we've got here as they are between thresholds. Still 99% of them are unstable, so solution can be found. Yeah, absolutely. They makes and switching rooms a final way to reach thresholds. Gives the final levels, I say, not 2014 spins, but better than last 3 years. Oh yeah, for sure. You're absolutely spot on. Yeah. That's the thing. Like, we'll look back at this time, won't we, in the future, and we'll be like, games are quite good. There were some randoms. I think it's always easy to... Back in 2014, people were saying, right, that, oh, the games were better in 2008 or 2006 or 2002. In 10 years' time, they'll say, oh, do you remember those games in 2024? They were good, you know? So we've got to enjoy it while we can. We've been playing a lot of deeper stacked. No, it's all fig. I'm just going to 3-bet this because it's all fig 3-bet this, so it's probably a good 3-bet, isn't it, you know? Trips is a nice hand. We want to mix or check in and bet in here. And actually, I'm going to try and be a bit tricky and actually check this hand. The 10 of hearts is probably helping us. I know this looks a bit mad, but I'm going to try stuff. Not always working, right? But sometimes. Face a snap min bet. Well, I guess we'll give this a raise. All right. Yeah, bit of a weird check, but I think sometimes it's good to not always... to never have, if you never have trips in your checking range, that would be an issue in terms of, especially at that stack depth. When you're shallower, it's less important because you can have other hands that can kind of like cover you in terms of like the easy adjustment, right? Is, well, just overbet, probe and barrel. And if I only ever have like pocket aces or something that I occasionally check, then I really don't have many bluff catchers that can happily call. And that becomes really problematic. Here we're going to go for, just a normal probe because I will be barreling this run out. Our plan was to barrel, but now actually I kind of want to check this hand. Yeah, I actually will check this hand. Stick with the 5x and 6x with a club here. I'm going to check this hand and give up. 3x pot, over bet. I don't have too many reasons to think this is particularly bluffy, but might be. We're definitely trapping enough based on some of the trips and stuff, so no problems there. Yeah, I guess. Go on then. All right. I mean, it's technically cool, isn't it? But I don't feel thrilled about it. Good runner, though. Good runner for us. Happy days. Ooh, 9. Not a straight draw. Start with a check. One of those awkward ones, isn't it? Like, ugh. Don't know. 7 of diamonds comes. Should we value bet this? I think we're checking here. I think we could probably check fold, to be honest. Okay, not a bad spot, right? Where you have a close spot and then it turns up we save chips against a better hand. Feels a bit thin there to value bet personally. So I think we can check and decide. There will be some air in our opponent's range typically, but also lots of better hands as we see. So I don't think it's a spot we can very comfortably... against maybe if we're playing a very stationary type of opponent, we could maybe just value bet there on that river and looking to get called by the 5 or the 3. A lot of the 5s would bet flop anyway. A little king 7-3. Probably a good enough hand to bet and shove versus a raise. Expecting some bluff raises and some 7x, and we have way too good equity to not take it. 9 of clubs on the 10. We now have a double gutter. Queen, 8, 10, or jack are all going to be good cards for us. Want a better sizing where we don't have to check for bet fold, basically. So I'm going to go 3 big blinds here as a committing sort of bet, which we call now and like GG. Hopefully we're against 6 5 hearts or something. 7-3 off. Not so good, huh? Would have gone just broke on the river anyway, as played, so yeah.